Hey guys, if you like any of the products you're about to see in the upcoming product review videos, you can head on over to the company's website at auxbeam.com. That's AUXBAM.com. If you're interested in trying some of their products out for free, the company will actually send you free samples. All you have to do is go to amz.auxbeam.com. I'll put the link down in the description. You sign up, you apply for the free sample, and basically all they ask for in return, if you get selected, is you have to do an unbiased review of the product that you ask for. They usually have a bunch of different choices, from light bars to headlights to into standalone lights, off-road lights, and there's a decent amount of stuff there to pick from. All you got to do is give them a review, a little bit of your time, and they will let you keep the lights for free. So head on over there and check that out. And in the meantime, enjoy the reviews. Okay, guys, a little bit different kind of video for my channel. I've kind of stayed away from doing any kind of product reviews or unboxing type videos, but we're going to do a couple. I was approached by the company that a lot of you might know, Auxbeam, AUXBAM. There'll be a link to their website in the description, to see if I wanted to test out a couple of their new lighting products, and I, said sure, why not? I've been wanting to try LEDs in my cars, just because the LED technology has gotten so great. But the new products they listed at the time didn't have anything for me. So I said, okay, they said, which ones do you want to test? And I said, start to think about it. I was like, okay, the bike's coming along, and I kind of want to see if I could upgrade the headlight in the bike. So they had a 7-inch LED variant that I didn't really like the looks of, but I decided to give it a shot. And then I also asked for the H4 conversion bulbs, so just the universal H4 conversion kit. So we'll take a look at the H4 kit here in a minute. So we're just going to pop open. I have already looked at these, and I will be showing you guys some comparisons here. I just wanted to do a quick unboxing, let you take a look at the light, give you my initial impressions of the light. So the first thing you'll notice when you grab this thing is it's got some weight to it. I mean, it's not plastic. Get the film off. Actually, I think the front is plastic, but the rest of this thing is just solid. It's extremely solid. It's heavy. It feels good. It just it even looks good. One of the things you'll notice right off the bat is there's no external mounting provisions on this. There are no threaded holes. There are no brackets. This is meant to bolt into where a 7-inch halogen bulb bolts into, like on a Jeep Wrangler. Basically, you take the Jeep Wrangler bulb out, you put this one in, boom, you're good. That was my initial thought with the bike too. I thought, here's my bike light. This is off of a 92 Honda Nighthawk. This is a composite, so you got a plastic housing with I got plastic and metal housing with an H4 bulb in it, and I thought maybe it just kind of was secured in somehow, but really it's got some special tabs that hold it into this outer ring. So if I want to use this in the bike, and you'll see when I do the lighting test why I really want to, I'll have to get a little creative. But anyway, besides the point. I didn't really like the bug eye look, but it kind of, from far back, it kind of looks all right. Like, it doesn't really look too bad. Also included in the kit is a conversion harness, which I think actually goes to an H13 plug. I'm not 100% sure. Maybe one of you guys can confirm that, or I can check. But they do give you a little conversion, and that might be what the new Jeeps are. So, but this has 3 modes. The packaging lists 4. I could only get 3 to work. One is a driving light, which is actually kind of cool. This white ring lights up a bright white, and in dark it actually projects light. Inside there are a couple blue LEDs, so they give a blue glow to the inner LEDs, and then that white ring. Not super crazy about the blue. I kind of, if I'm going to run one of these on the bike, I do want to use that LED ring because it looks really neat. I'll probably dive into this and see if I can disable those blue LEDs. I just don't like them. So we're going to turn this on in a minute just so you can see it work here on the bench. But what I'm going to do is set up a little test fixture outside. Everything's going to be set up at the same level and the same distance away from a fence in my backyard. I'm going to do it in the backyard just because it's easier. What I'm going to do is I'm going to show you stock halogen versus stock halogen high and low versus LED conversion bulb high and low against this thing high and low. And hoping the camera picks it up, you're going to see quite a dramatic difference. So this is the H4 kit. Now, I have to double check. I got an email from the company saying that one of my bulbs, the box had a misprint on it. I think it might be one of the other bulbs that you're going to see in a different video, but these are advertised on here as 80 watt, 7200 lumen. And this is the F-16 series. These are really nice looking bulbs, if looks are at all important to you. They do give you some instructions here, which you should read because I didn't and didn't realize how you're supposed to actually install these. So we'll just take a look at one for now. So here's the bulb. You'll see it looks pretty nice. It does, it has an orientation that you, when you install it just like you would an H4 bulb. When I went to put it in there, you guys know that the H4 has a wire clip that holds it in. Well, I was just like manhandling it over this back heatsink. Didn't realize that this actually unlocks. So you install this adapter, and on the body of the light, there's kind of like a tail light bulb. There's a wide one and a skinny one, so you can't even get it in wrong. Then you slide this in and lock it into place, which I thought was kind of genius. That actually worked really well. These are fan cooled. These do have a driver, and they do need a decent amount of power. I tried powering them off of my benchtop power supply here that I made from the computer. Didn't work. I had to use a jump box. Once I used the jump box, I couldn't get the high beam to turn on at all. And then once I used the jump box, it worked great. Sorry about the noise. My kids are up there wreaking havoc. So in a minute here, we're going to fire these up and just give you a quick look on the bench to see how they function. You can hear how the fan works, and then we'll go outside tonight or one of these nights here, and I'll get them fired up. I can't put them on the bike, unfortunately, because the bike's just not ready. I don't even have a battery for the bike yet, but I'm going to set them up at bike height. So this isn't going to be a review showing how well this works in a Jeep TJ. I got a friend that has one that I might actually ask him if I could borrow it, but for now, this is going to be considered to be a motorcycle light. So I'm going to try it at bike height, and we'll see how it goes. Now, forgive the crudeness of my setup here. Got to do what you got to do. So I just have a quick little H4 plug and a three-way switch so I can switch between high and low beam without, having to disconnect and reconnect wires in the dark. First thing I'm going to do is show you the driving light. I think I have it hooked up right. Yep, okay. So there's the driving light. Hopefully you can see that. You can see the blue light up in there, and you can see the LED ring. Wow, I just looked at it. That was stupid. That is bright, and in my opinion, it looks pretty darn cool. I'm not sure which camera will get a better shot at it, or which one is going to be, which one's going to bleed. So that is just the driving light. I'm going to figure out a way to hook that up if I end up using this on the bike, because I feel like that's really cool. So here we go. This is should be low beam. You see how you got 6 LEDs in the middle, and then the other 6 will light up with high beam. So there's low beam, high beam, low beam, high beam. And let me tell you, that sucker is bright. Low beam, high beam. So that is the 7-inch OSRAM, and I'll put the link in the description. I like this light. You guys are going to see it outside. I don't care what the bug eye look or anything. It is a really, really nice light. And I mean, they use a nice, it almost looks like a swage lock fitting for the wire, so it should be waterproof. And I'm half tempted to use this one. If I use it on the bike, though, we're gonna have to get creative, so that'll be a different video. So here comes the H4 conversion. Now, don't get me wrong, this one is bright, really, really bright. But the only problem with this is as you guys know, these kind of LED bulbs have issues sometimes. You know, when you put them in a halogen housing, they don't always work as well as a halogen bulb. When you put them in there, they tend to throw light in weird directions because a halogen housing is meant for 360-degree light output. While they've got some shields on here and some other, you know, trickery to try to emulate that, it's not quite the same, but it's still extremely bright. So here's the low beam, and I'm not going to look at it. You can hear the fan going. Now, you're not going to be able to hear that fan over a bike motor, whether it's a Harley or a Honda or whatever, or in your car. You're not going to be able to hear that. But it's got some sound to it. And then here's high beam. You can hear the fan dip down because it's drawing more current, the high beam, but there's low beam, high beam. Low beam, high beam. And I think the high beam actually might be a different color temperature. It looks a little whiter. Or it might just be because the low beam's bouncing. So that is that. I am going to get these rigged up for you guys. We're going to go outside and take a test, see what they look like. Again, I wish I could put them on the bike and do a driving test, but we're going to do the best we can. Stay tuned for that. Later on tonight, I'll get that together and I'll show you guys what's what. Low beam, high beam. Low beam. That's high beam. Low beam, high beam. Low beam. Absolutely amazing. And then this is high beam. It's everything you get with a low beam with 6 extra LEDs for spots. So you got your floods and then your spots. So you don't really get a high beam, but you get way more light. I mean, look at that. That's insane.